Howdy partners, this is Kiram with Clear Imaging, clearimaging.com. We design wicked websites, fresh designs. Been doing it for 2 decades and helped tons of American companies. Today we're looking at a website, bayareagc.com. We're going to do a design audit and see if this website is properly converting visitors into customers or leads. So we land on this site, all right, what are the first impressions? My first impression is I think that they're in the car rental industry because of this photo, and there's no strong communication that tells me that they're certified general contractors. This text is not visible. It's very low contrast, all right? Let's just call it as it is. Small font, low contrast, out of the way. This piece of text here is also in a small font, and it's very long, and it's unusual to have something so big up here where you're expecting home, about, services, products, that kind of a thing. So this is going to get neglected because it's like, oh, I don't want to read that. All I want to read is either about, home, services. You see what I'm saying? The user is trained into that. That's what they're expecting. This is going to be too much to read. So where else do we go? This red thing here. Oh, Avis. So maybe car rental? Unless you were firmly knew before going to this website that they were general contractors and in construction, you would assume that they're doing this. All right. So that's not good. That's not the purpose. They do construction. They're not in car rental. This is why it's key to put your big, unique selling proposition right here. We help we do construction for small commercial properties. You put that right here in the middle, really big and bold. Professional construction for commercial, whatever. You want to put what you do, who you do it for, and what they're going to get. In other words, you can have some different formulas you use, right? You can put, we help solve problem X with solution Y to give desired result Z. So we help homeowners with leaky roofs with our patented roofing technology so they can sleep well at night. Now it's actually way too long to put here, but you have to shorten that down. Okay, we help blah blah get blah blah. You see what I'm saying? You want to make it nice and short, but it has to communicate exactly what you're doing, what you're doing, and what desired result you're going to give the prospect, and ideally also mention who you're doing it for, right? In this sense, commercial properties, it could be homeowners, etc., etc. So that is key. That's a big communication right up here in a big font size. Make it white so it contrasts and is readable. Darken the background so it has more contrast, and then put a call to action, a nice button saying click here for a free estimate. All right, we got to have a call to action. Another point that's missing is they don't have a phone number up here. That's key. This white navigation bar should extend the entire width, and I would like to see a phone number up here. I would like to see this shortened. I would like to see this removed and just make it home, services, portfolio, contact, maybe one other page such as about us. And you got your 5 pages at the top, no problem. Put the phone number, good. Put the big unique selling proposition right up top here. Put a nice call to action right here in a contrasting color. So maybe a nice orange like that. A nice accent color, I should say. And then right here at the bottom of this image, well, first of all, I would like to swap out this image because it's not communicating we do construction. It's not communicating construction. It's communicating a car lot. You can't rely on people to be a detective about this. So let's show your crew at a job site, doing construction. Change that image. Then down here at the bottom, I want to see logos. All right, trust logos. A good example. powertechelec.com. I think this is the right URL. This isn't the greatest example in the world, but you get the idea. In this sense, they're putting them all at the bottom. But so we've got an award here. This is great. We have a certification, right? An association with an organization. So things like that, you put some awards, Angie's List, Home Advisor, Yelp, whatever it is, or put certifications, seals of licenses. Line them up down here. It's just going to build that much more trust and feeling that the person is on a website and they're going to feel like, okay, this is a legit company just by seeing those logos. Another thing, we want a security certificate because that's always a red flag. Psychologically, in the mind of the prospect, nobody likes to see the insecure symbol. You want them to feel secure, so you make people feel secure by getting a security certificate, so it's nice and fresh like that. And with this, we will have redone this whole initial screen. This initial screen is called above the fold, all right? It is above the fold. The fold starts as soon as we start scrolling, all right? So this key real estate here, this gives you your first impression of a website. You have 3 seconds, maybe 5, before someone clicks the back button or closes. So you've got to communicate what you're doing, what you're going to do for them, who you're doing it for, so the person knows they're on the right website. People are searching. They need confirmation they're on the right website, that they're the right audience, and that you are addressing their problem, all right? There's an unmet need, and they need to know that you're going to solve it. That's why you put that big and bold right here, all right? So that takes care of this initial screen. We have a nice kind of about us introduction. It needs a heading, okay? I would like to see a heading here. You shouldn't just go right into paragraphs. You should always have a heading because people scan read. They don't read paragraphs unless they're deep in the funnel and already interested. If they're at the top of the funnel and just kind of mildly curious, they're just going to scan read the headings. Let's get a heading here. A nice call to action. We have pages or services. At first I thought it was blog entries, but these are, this is a service. This is a selling point. It's a little disorganized, okay? This isn't how you want to do that. You either put what you do, these are all the things that we do, and then these are all the things why you should go with us, right? Because they're cohesive, because they've got 10 years experience. What we do is custom design. So this needs to be broken into 2 sections because it's conflicting. This is a nice heading right here. Text is too big, it's overpowering. This whole block is going to get ignored because there's just too much yelling at me. You can't make everything big and bold because you want the prospect to read it. That's not how it works. You have to have hierarchy. Headings are big, paragraphs are small. Then we hit the bottom, call to action, and a footer of which just doesn't work with this design, but fine. This as a landing page and a funnel is missing a ton of elements. It's very incomplete, as you just saw. Okay, we have an introduction, we've got some selling points, a photo, a call to action, and a form. It's missing a lot of sections. So it's not going to do a great job taking someone through mild curiosity into action. In order to do that, you have to build lots of trust. You have to really speak to the customer. And you do that by having finely crafted sections about certain topics. For instance, there's no testimonials here. That's a very important section. That's not here. Another section, they don't have an objection handling section where they're talking about the 3 main reasons why somebody might not want to hire Bay Area GC, or the 3 reasons why someone would rather do it themselves, DIY, and not hire a professional contractor. That is a key section, and it's not here. You want to talk about objections so you can put their fears to ease, all right? That's not here. What else isn't here? Embedded Google reviews is always a good thing. I don't see that. I don't see a list of all their specific services. I don't see a list of past projects. I know they have the project portfolio, but you have to think of the homepage as the full mini version of your site, fully laid out. So you see these photos? This is all the same project. And that was 2 years ago. So on the home page, they need to show a little section showing projects they've done. You've got to build that rapport. You've got to build that legitimacy. Don't count on them. Well, they can just go click on the portfolio to see the work we've done. No, don't do that. You need to have a complete package of communication on the home page. Assume nothing. Assume that they're landing on the home page and that's the only page they're ever going to see. So you give it your all. You give them the full treatment, all the data. So you put a little bit about your services. You put a bit about your portfolio. You put a bit of your testimonials. You put a contact form. You make that homepage a full experience with everything on it. And it's fine if it's long. Home pages are long these days. People don't mind. People do not mind scrolling down. It's totally okay. So don't think that, well, the site will be too deep and it'll be really long to scroll. That's not a valid point. People don't like horizontal scrolls. They do not mind a deep scroll. All right? So that's what I suggest. If you want your site nicely done, come on down. clearimaging.com. Clear Imaging. We've been at it for ages, longer than almost everybody else. Help tons of American companies. We can help you get a fresh design that really puts a good image on your company, putting your best foot forward, painting you in the right light. All right? Come on down, clearimaging.com. Come over to contact us and let us know if there's anything we can do for you. Until then, thank you very much and take care.